And Pull Together, a podcast where we highlight all things positive on and off the table. And today we have a very special promotion guest on. Today the show is actually taking place with none other than Matt Hollywood Connelly of Australia.
Wow, with the double biceps in the contract, it has to be done legally to keep the lawyers happy.
Yeah, talk about making me feel small, man. I'm tiny against this, man. Also joining us, we got Garrett from Vermont. We got Steve Fernandez of New York Tri-State Arm Wrestling, and Dan the Hat Central on the other side of the Australian.
That's
Yes, we are all together. Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
We're all in the same room. We did not superimpose a video of him. He's actually here. It's real life from Australia. I actually kidnapped him from Philadelphia, and we're holding him hostage for about another week or so. And yeah, we're excited to have you, man.
Thank you. No, it's been great. I've been really lucky. This community of arm wrestlers has just been just the most amazing, supportive and helpful people. And it seems to be that everywhere around the world you could go, and if you say you're an arm wrestler, there'll be somebody there that will help you out. I mean, you guys have been tremendous. You picked me up from train station. Dan's allowed me to stay here in your house, and I'll be here for 10 days. And Dan, with the stuff you've been doing with the cryotherapy and all of the other support, and this weekend we'll be going up to Connecticut for a tournament, and Mikey Oliva in Tampa helped me out there as well, and it's just been absolutely amazing. So, yeah.
So, tell us about your experience. So, you've been to the States for a little bit. You came to visit your wife, right, or girlfriend, and you are here. So, what have you been up to since you've been here?
Yeah, well, I was in a bit of a sticky situation, but luckily I was able to reach out to a few people, one of which, Ryan Grondin, actually helped me out a lot. He said, let me make a phone call. He rang up Mikey Oliva, who then rang me. I'd never spoken to Mikey ever.
Okay.
I didn't know exactly who he was. I'd heard of him, but I didn't know him from a bar of soap. And he rang up and he's like, "Hey, I heard you're looking for somewhere. You can come up to my place in Tampa. I've got a spare room. You can train in my gym, if you want to." I was like, all right, thank you. It's like,
All right.
absolutely amazing. So he owns two gyms up in Tampa, Pro Gear Gym.
Yeah.
Is the gym, and it's like that real hardcore old school style, no air conditioning, like looks like a dungeon, all the machinery looks like torture devices. Yeah, and that's right. And it is like a whole mixed bag of different equipment, so, and all sorts of crazy, really cool forearm stuff and different sort of pronation
Okay.
things.
A lot of hyper-specific stuff that arm wrestlers can benefit from.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's got the tables set up in there with the cables and everything.
I like that.
Yeah, it was really, really amazing. And so we went there every day and trained. And then we had a tournament last weekend in Philadelphia. Oh, sorry, it was New Jersey.
New Jersey, yeah.
Yeah, Philadelphia is the airport we had to fly into.
Yeah.
And it was the Sean Latimer tournament in New Jersey for 2025. And yeah, that was incredible. 132 entries. And I did commentary for the event as well as competed as well. So been very, very fortunate with that. And then from there, I went straight to the airport, or actually to the train station, caught the train up here to New York. And Dan was lucky, was kind enough to pick me up and help me out. And
so I got to stop you. I got to ask, New Jersey trains versus New York trains. Which one would you say is better?
Well,
New York. We'll hold you to it.
We had the thing that surprised me was like I took the free airport shuttle to the airport. It was free. That was great. Then I got like a local train, which was about $5. I was like, this is good. And then it's like, okay, you've got to get from, I think, 33rd to Penn Station or something like that. And it was like, okay, go up to the window. I'm expecting maybe $10. And they go, yeah, $150.
What?
Like,
Amtrak. He's talking about the Amtrak.
Yeah.
Amtrak is
$150. What it was? It was $150. What do you mean? I don't give a fuck what train it was. Amtrak, fucking
from Philadelphia to Pennsylvania, from Philadelphia to Penn Station.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
Yeah. She goes, yeah. So I've got one leaving in 20 minutes. It's $150. There's one in an hour. That's $150. And then there's one in 2 hours. That's 95. I'm like, the 95. That's me.
So
Yeah. Yeah. So took the train up, and then I had to get another one after that from Penn Station
To Long
to
Island Railroad.
to Long Island. But that was like a $5 one as well. So, but yeah, it was a surprise.
definitely a surprise. That's I wish I had known that ahead of time. I would have given you a little bit of a heads up.
Oh,
So real quick, we got a couple people in the chat. The Drew 24, that guy's everywhere. I'm sure you're
oh
familiar
yeah,
with that
I do know the Drew.
guy. I actually had the pleasure of meeting him in Vegas.
Oh really?
Yeah, he's a really nice guy.
Yeah,
Very
he's
friendly, awesome dude, good energy. Got Dominic Lorenz saying what's up.
Bring him up on the screen.
He he's saying good days. You've been killing it in tournaments recently.
I think being killed in tournaments is probably more accurate, but having a lot of fun doing it. See if I can bring him up. I don't think I can because it's your stream, but that's okay. Yeah. So no, it's been a lot of fun.
I can you want to show them up because I can do that.
Okay. All right. Let's
There
see.
we go.
Oh, nice. Perfect. There you go. Yeah. So
Technology.
been very lucky in the tournaments, but yeah, I mean the color of arm wrestlers over here is very high. So I've been flash pinned a bunch of times. So yeah, lucky to get if I get anything like a stop or if I manage to get a pin, I'm very surprised. So
Well, I mean, you've been doing this for some time. You've been in it for, I think we said 6 years.
6 years, yeah.
Wow.
I should be better.
Well, you know what though, considering we were talking about here we have a lot of congestion with arm wrestlers,
Yeah.
right? You literally walk out the street, you literally trip on an arm wrestling over here. Whereas in Australia, you're more likely to trip on a kangaroo than you would an arm wrestler.
That's probably accurate.
So you're gonna have a higher chance of getting more hands to grip up with, and you're gonna have a higher level of experience, even for somebody who has less years of experience in the sport than you would do in Australia.
Yeah, well, I mean, our nationals gets about 100, 110 entries, and the event that I was at on Saturday had 132, and that was like a local show.
Yeah, exactly. And that says a lot right there. It speaks to the volume of what you have available.
Just talk about today. How many people are in your town? 1 million.
Yeah, 1 million.
Okay, we have 8 million on this island. You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah, it's a big difference. He's right though. It's a big difference. I mean, even like a low entry would be between 100 and 150. I mean, usually we do about maybe 200 to 250. So, I mean, I think tomorrow should be a decent day. I'm hoping for over 150 entries for tomorrow. So it should be. I mean, I know 54 between the 54 and the 220 class is going to be stacked, which is pretty much almost every single class.
you guys are going to be.
Two.
Yeah.
So
Full day at the office.
yeah, I
Full
mean,
day.
yeah, Garrett's one of those guys that are going to be at that top of that line. You know what I mean? With Derek Doble there too as well, Chris Michaels too as well. I mean, we probably have, or they're probably going to be, I'd say, the maybe 5 or 6 or even 7 top 10 guys at the 54 class, left and right. 76, vice versa, same thing. There's probably going to be top, I'd say, maybe 5 or 6 top 76 pullers, left and right hand too as well. Top 20, I would say the most we'll push it to there. What do you rank? What do you rank right now, Dan?
Number 17.
17, yeah. So top 10 to 20, I'd say, on airs, and vice versa. I mean, 198s is going to be stacked. I already know. Michaels is coming down to 198, and I know there's a couple of guys that are trying to get down to 190. I'm not sure if Miguel is coming down or if he's still going to stay at that class, but between 198 and 220, I know 220 is going to be stacked for at least 7 top. Want to say
I can't see Miguel losing 20 pounds in 2 weeks. Yeah.
I could tell you this much: I've seen Miguel lose 15 pounds in less than fucking 2 weeks. I mean, so
Really? So
Yeah.
then maybe because I mean I think he was 220 when I pulled Pedro.
yeah, it's the same thing with like Michael Hawks. We were literally at Average Joe's. He weighed 208, and he came in or 207. Sorry, and he went in and pulled the next day at New York State Championships at 198.
Really?
So he lost literally 9 pounds or 8 pounds overnight. I mean, so
Well, I guess if you're, yeah, I guess.
You know what I mean? So I mean, these guys are bred for this. You know what I mean? So I think this weekend, I mean, whoever's going to be between 54, I mean, every single class I think is going to be stacked. They usually are, but I can't wait for these guys, whoever going to pull. I mean, I think Vadim's going to be there too, which is a top. I mean, right now he's top 10 to top 15 left in. I would say,
Easily. Yeah.
you know. So I mean, Garrett's going to against Derek Doble. I know Chris Michael's going to be the fit. So it's going to be stacked. Miguel Fernandez at 220, Bigfoot at 220, Roger Bailey learned at 220, Alex at 220. I mean, it's going to be a stacked.
Good luck.
Yeah.
But don't worry. We'll take care of you. We'll get you frozen up again.
Yeah.
You know, we'll take care of that arm of yours.
Oh, great.
I just wanted to shout out. We got Matt Bush in the chat saying he loves the shirt. Shout out to him. He's got a tournament coming up October 25th with a super match with Chris Michaels and a guy from Poland. I can't remember his name. Can't pronounce it for the life of me. It says it on the back with you. Your guy names.
Lucas Kopsik.
There you go. So Lucas Kopsik versus Chris Michaels. That's gonna be their main event. Check him out. Iron Link Arms, Tournament of Terror, October 25th. Big shout out to him. I love the fit of it. Feels comfortable as all hell. Looking forward to seeing that event. Drew Rivers is in the chat. We got Alexis in the chat. Eric Fisk.
Our boy?
Yeah, our boy Alexis. Sergio. What up, Sergio?
What up, sir?
And Lucky Ones. What's up, Lucky? So, if you have any questions for any one of us on screen, please feel free to throw them in the chat. We're just talking a little bit about what's coming up this weekend. We got, King of the Tri-State 2, whole bunch of super matches going on. We got Dan heading up to Canada for MAC Challenger Series 3.
3 matches, Seth.
Yeah, the man's got his card full. He's got 3 super matches that he's doing. I do not envy him at all.
And the tournament.
It was supposed to be 4, wasn't it?
It was supposed to be 4, but my man smartened up and he told me don't do it. Now, he said he didn't want to pull because whatever, and that's fine. I told Steve that's fine. I said I wasn't doing it because he was asking for a match. I knew I wasn't going. I was going to go in and we knew what was going to happen.
He's going to leave his arm up
So,
for Canada.
He said we'll leave it. We'll do it next time.
This is a Velcro arm. I was saying earlier today.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Can we give a shout out to the cryotherapy that we did?
Oh, yeah, absolutely. So, New York Cryogen Incorporated is the cryotherapy provider that we went to today as a crew. We all got to experience it. I got to introduce these gentlemen to it. They were laughing because they thought that, if they tap their arm with a hammer, they're just shattering a million pieces. But that's not the case. It actually felt really good. And we're going to see how they feel in the next couple of days. See if Matt has recovered tremendously. So this upcoming weekend, he put it to the test.
Oh, who's even faster?
Yeah,
You're supposed to go this way, isn't
I was just looking over. The 98 class is going to be, just as stacked. Ethan Sherritt, Evan James Reed, Yusuf Wilson, Ryan Woods, Matt Flipton.
This might be back.
just right-handed.
Well, they're going to be at 180, so he's going to have to pull 198 because he can't pull 76.
Well, no, I'm saying he's back. I know he hurt himself.
Well, his surgery was on his left, so he's pulling right.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
He's
he's pulling
over the
right.
time scan.
No, listen, I don't know.
He's never going to stop pulling.
I don't know if he could hold the post after surgery. You know what I'm saying?
No, he's never going to stop pulling. And he thinks he beat Ryan Woods once before, but Ryan's got so good now that I don't know if he can he actually still beat Ryan? Especially Ryan trains with Chris Michaels and he's gotten so good. And I'm pretty sure even Garrett can tell you,
Oh, yeah.
Ryan has gotten so much better than when Yusuf pulled him the first time, I'd say.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, Garrett, you're competing on Saturday, is that right?
Yeah, I have a super match against Derek Doble, and he actually beat me at the last tournament I went to in New York State.
Yep.
So, yeah, I'm going to have to make some adjustments for sure.
You got to get some revenge.
Yeah.
Everybody's favorite ref. What's up?
Ray
What's up, guys?
Romanowski in the house.
What's up, fellas?
Speaking of Stack
Well-
98, he's part of that Stack 98 that's going to be on there with Fred Morrison, with Peter Brenna, with the fucking best West Virginia fucking arm wrestler, Bo
Bo
Horner.
Horner.
Yeah.
So I mean, every single fucking class is gonna be stacked. I mean, I can't
Yeah.
wait. It's gonna be so good, so good.
Looking forward to it.
Oh yeah.
So are you reffing Ray?
Ray has a match. Yeah.
Oh, you got a match.
Yeah, just a tournament afterwards.
Oh, great.
Yeah, he'll probably ref the tournament. That's usually what he does.
Oh, yeah. Who is you match with?
Fred Morrison.
Okay, first to three.
Yeah, I believe, right? Is
Yep,
that what
yep.
they're doing?
Yep. First to three, best of five. Yep.
Yep.
I always say first.
Wait,
Yeah, here it is. Yeah.
First, it's like, what? Wait.
Well,
It's the
look,
same thing.
honestly,
Same thing,
it's the same thing. He's just wording it differently. First
Exactly.
to
Well,
three,
that's
best
why I
of
was like,
five.
hold
It's
on.
the same
They
fucking
do a
thing.
lot of things
Tomato,
differently. You know,
tomato,
like,
tomato. Tom Connelly. It's the same shit. You know?
Same thing. Yeah.
Matt Conley, Tom Connelly. It's the same
listen,
shit.
Yeah,
the water does go in the opposite direction down there, so it's probably their brains are wired a little differently.
It's easier to understand when you say it's first two, because if you say like, oh, it's best of seven, people are like, so it's first of five, and you're like, no, it's best of four.
Too much. Too much math.
That's a good way to put it, though. Honestly, that's
Yeah.
you're right. You're right.
It's
That's
very easy to understand. It's like first to three. Okay, whoever gets to three first is the winner. That's easy.
I'll give it to you. I'll give it to you. It definitely puts a logic, but we're illogical. We arm wrestle.
Yeah, well, hey, it's still going with the imperial system, so it's in miles and inches, and it doesn't make any sense at all.
You got to make it simple.
Yeah.
So
Yep.
we got Eric Fisk saying he might jump into the 98s.
Uh-oh.
Well, he usually he's a 76 guy. That's why. So he's then if he's
Oh,
jumping,
yeah.
he should be a 98 guy though. He's so solid, man.
He cuts big time. He actually walks around like 195 and then cuts
Yeah,
down to 76. And then
all the
by
time.
the time he's back at the table, he's back to 195, pulling
Yeah,
at 176.
he does it right though. He rehydrates. He knows what he's
Hell yeah.
doing. He's done it every single time, and he gets to the table. He's a fucking beast every single time. So he knows what
No,
he's
he
doing.
is.
I like to see him at the 198s though. I really would because he's such a monster at 76. I'd love to see. I love to see him fully bulked up. You know what I mean? Big
Yeah.
198 Eric Fisk. You know what I mean? That'd be sick.
We got Tim Zelfa in the chat. What's up, man?
yeah,
He's got a match.
He's got a matchup against Garrett's dad, which is Glenn Tupper. That's another ridiculous 154 puller that's going to be in their class. And Tim, I think, is going to be at 76 that day, too. So that's another great 76 puller. And same thing, Tim Bushy's going to be there, too, as well. And Matt Morrison, also, that you just pulled, Dan, left-handed,
Yep.
and had an absolute war at the, what was it again? At
Over in
the
Albany, at CrossFit.
The
CrossFit
CrossFit.
Open.
CrossFit Games. At the CrossFit
Yeah.
Games. Yeah.
Yeah.
But that was good. That so many good pullers, dude. It's gonna be great. I mean, it's gonna be a great show, man. I can't wait.
We got
Looking forward.
Candy in the chat. What's up, Candy?
Yeah. Dave
Pat-
Deline, who I'm going to see this weekend, who actually has a match with Dave Shaw. Dave Shaw's first match back from his surgery. It's going to be on a MAC team. So that's interesting. That'd be a good match.
Have you guys pulled on a Mac table?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. You
I've
like
only
it?
practiced on one at Keystones. That's the only time I've been on one.
What do you think?
Yeah. Dan brought it that day, I think, right, Dan?
Yep.
Uh-huh.
You know,
I
there's
Exactly.
liked it.
is there gonna be
I
another
was
one?
in Canada. I was in Texas.
I had
I was in Canada. No,
No, you were in Texas.
Texas. Forget
Dan,
it.
I brought it with me.
are you bringing the table over here for the for this weekend?
Yes, he's
Yeah.
going to take it with you. Yeah, because I asked you. You said you wanted it, so he could take it.
Yep. I'll be bringing that up there.
That'd be great. A lot of the guys want
Michael
to.
Nance in the chat as well. Hello to you, Michael. Does a great job coaching and a legendary arm wrestler as well. We've got Tim saying, Steve, we pulled in one in Rochester.
Yeah, we had a good war, me and Tim. He's got a really good hand though, and we like the strap. So I mean, it was fair, I'd say. Just our stance would be a little bit different. It was completely on. We were not squared up, and it's a little bit different on the on the Mac table because you can actually have kind of your own stance to whatever you want to set up as. So that's what's kind of good at. Gets me a little bit more comfortable instead of having to be squared up and everything else. But Yeah, me and Tim had a good war. But I can't wait for the match for him and your dad. I mean, that's going to be probably. I'm going to say I don't know if it's going to be match of the day, but every single time they have a match, it's like match of the day every single
Yeah.
time.
Yeah, he brings so much energy to that table.
Mm-hmm. Both of them do.
Yeah.
The both of them do. I love the energy that both yeah, Glenn and Tim have. They wars.
Yeah.
Speaking of wars coming up, you got a war coming up in not so distant future with Milk Christmas.
Oh
Ooh.
yeah, yeah,
He
yeah.
You
was
know that name,
he
right?
was looking in fine form on Saturday, just gone. Yeah,
Oh yeah.
every match he had was like, I don't know, 3 minutes long. It was just crazy.
Yeah, he was
I
handing
don't
it to
think
some
he does
people
it deliberately. I
Yeah.
for
think he
sure.
just loves people watching. No, he's just
He's got a match with him coming October 11th. So
wow.
we're gonna get him ready to be like the Grinch that stole Christmas.
Yeah. Well, he did a tremendous job on Saturday. You would have seen a few of his matches, Ray. Did you ref his matches at all?
No, I didn't ref any of his matches, but I know Milt. Seen him around a bunch of tournaments here on the East Coast. He's definitely he's been in it a long time.
Yeah.
He's definitely a legend in the sport. And Milt, I seen him hand some losses to some people Saturday though for sure.
Yeah, absolutely.
He's still kicking
Uh,
butt, man.
how did you find the tournament on Saturday?
It was good. It was good.
Yeah.
Went smooth and all that, but good time. How'd you like it?
I enjoyed it. Yeah, it was great. I mean, it was a huge tournament for me. 132 people. As I said, our nationals would be 100, 110.
Yeah,
And most local tournaments that we have would be 30. So yeah, 132 people was big.
yeah. You should
Well,
should yeah. This weekend should be a good time too. You'll see.
yeah,
I think we're gonna have a big turnout for you guys.
because we're gonna have all New England area drawing from it because Connecticut's a pretty central state,
Yeah.
and Steve company's New York Tri-State Arm Wrestling, and up until now, this will be the first one out of New York State. Everyone has been in the state of New York, and it's been in a fairly easy and accessible place. But I feel like Connecticut's even that much more.
Right.
And he's gonna be moving around to the tri-state area in different states.
Hmm.
I think it's a brilliant idea to do so because it will draw in the crowd from people who normally wouldn't cross the state
Yeah.
line, possibly.
Yeah.
And there are some people, there are some hermits that won't travel that far,
Right.
type of deal.
Yeah.
And having one a little closer to home for them, we're going to see some people we haven't seen yet at a New York Tri-State Arm Wrestling event.
It does surprise me when people have a tournament that's maybe a 2 hour drive. They're like, nah, it's not going to that. That's too far. And I'm like, it took me 2 days to get here.
Yeah,
That tournament
it-
definitely brings out some Northeast monsters for sure. That's for sure.
without a doubt.
Absolutely. I think we have the tri-state has, I think, the best pullers, man. I mean, between here, New Jersey, Connecticut, New York, I mean, they're just stacked fucking pullers. I mean, Vermont, honestly, too, as well. Probably one of the best states to bring. I mean, between 54s would probably have to be one of the best pullers too there as well. I mean,
Yeah.
Vermont, Maine.
Yeah, I got the main.
You got all those
hands down,
crazy
when you're carrying
MFers from Maine.
when you're carrying the top like 3 or 4 guys and they're from Vermont, you know what I mean, and they pull in Vermont, I mean that just tells you that much right there.
Yeah.
So Garrett,
Robert Kelly, who travels for arm wrestling, leave it to him. His first comment, drop the mic.
That guy's probably the most traveled arm wrestling individual. He goes across the country. He's come from Oklahoma, literally across the country to drive for one tournament. Goes across the country to another tournament.
With the dog in the friggin'
Yeah,
camp.
lives out of his camp for like a week a month.
Yeah, no.
My first time I met him.
Wow, dedication, loves
Oh,
the
yeah.
sport. Awesome. Yeah. So Garrett, with all of those stacked divisions that you're in the 154, 155 around that area, like how did you find when you first started in the sport to be able to find success when everyone was at such a high level?
So when I first started, I was actually in the 176, and like 8 months in, I broke my leg, and then I was out of work and out of everything for like 8 months, and then my knee got really messed up, so I never gained all the weight back on that. leg, so I walk around at like 160 now. Well, recently I've been walking around even a little lighter because I've been to so many tournaments this year. I've been to like 16 tournaments so far this year. But yeah, when I first started, I didn't have a lot of success for the first year or two, and I just kept consistent with it and did a lot of extra training and table time once a week, and then eventually just started getting better and better.
Yeah. What was it like when you started to do well? Was it you got that feeling of like everything is paying off, all the training and the technique and everything's coming together?
Yeah, 100%. It felt like it was never going to click, and then all of a sudden I just started doing good and getting better and closer to those people that kept beating me over and over.
Yeah, absolutely. Do you find with tournament pulling, like, do you find it a lot different to super match? And did you find success in super matches first or tournaments first?
Um, Mostly tournaments first. I don't. They're a little different because you need endurance in both. Um, but in a super match, you're going against the same person, so you can adjust a little bit better, like because you know exactly the other person's style. But I don't know. I do fairly good at both super match and tournament style. But yeah, I like both.
Fantastic. What about yourself, Dan?
I actually like super match because you can train more for one person, and and hyper focus that. And I will study my opponent like nothing else, and I'll watch everything frame by frame, see where somebody may have gotten them, and then they were able to still be strong. And so I want to keep them out of that specific area. Whereas in a tournament, it's kind of like a Russian roulette. You don't know what you're going to be
Yeah,
getting, right? It's life's like a box of chocolates,
yeah,
and life's like a tournament. You never know what you're going to get.
yeah.
So I enjoy that piece of it when I'm trained up and ready to go. But
Mhm.
it's for different reasons. Like I said, I do like the both formats. 'Cause I think they both have a strong place in the sport of arm wrestling.
Yeah, it's interesting with the tournament structure because, as you said, you never know what's going to happen, and you might go into a war in your opening round, and then that's it for the day. Like
Yeah,
you got nothing left, or you may get 3 or 4 flash bins and find yourself in the grand finals against somebody that always beats you, but they had like 4 or 5
good
wars to get
grinder.
there,
Yeah.
and you're like, oh, this is great. They're already exhausted. This is completely different. So, yeah, it adds a lot of unknown elements to it.
Yeah. I think to determine who has the best endurance, a tournament is definitely a best placement for that. But for somebody who's wants to see the better arm wrestler, super match event I think is where it's at.
Yeah, and so you're ranked 17th at the moment,
Yeah.
and you're looking at going for 13th. Is that right?
Not this coming weekend, but next in 2 months. I'm hoping that everything goes well. I'm pretty confident in my ability that this weekend is going to go exactly how I plan it.
Yeah.
I don't want to look too far forward. Right now it's kind of getting my mind right. One of the things that I do for that is that I go to flow therapy,
Hmm.
and I meditate, and I just visualize the win, visualize the pin, and I just go through everything that I've trained up on, all the conversations I had, and all the videos I watched, and then I see it all pan out and play out. And so, next week we could talk a little bit more about looking
Yeah.
forward.
Yeah.
But this weekend, Jordan Maskell, you have my full undivided attention.
Tournaments need better seating. No, that's the whole point of a tournament, is because you never know who you're going to go up against.
No, he's talking about seating as in like a system like Airs has, and that's kind of what we did for the New York State Championships with James. Went by their Airs number to see exactly what their number was, and they got seated to see if they were semi-pro, pro, because there's some guys that are always
That's fair. Yeah.
so
That's
that
you start from a number X amount between X and X. You are a novice. X and X, you are semi-pro.
what was happening is that a lot of guys that were novice, there was too many novice and too many amateurs, which was fine. But at the same time, if you're supposed to be a semi-pro or pro, that's where kind of breaks it off when you're using the air system to put their number in there, and it puts them automatically either into semi-pro or pro when they're trying to pull amateurs or novice or whatever they're trying to do because it's in New York State, so now everybody's there. So instead of me pulling pro, I'm going to pull semi-pro because I want to win an award. No, that doesn't go like that. You're a pro. You're always a pro. You're going to be a pro. You're going to stay a pro, and you're going to pull up
Correct.
against the best guys that are in pro. The reason
Correct.
being is because you're seated in your bracket there from pulling that many times. So that's why the computer puts you as a pro because you're that good. You're not that bad if the computer's putting you in as a pro, obviously.
Yeah.
So it's a better way to get all the guys faster, better, in the sport, and to not leave anybody behind that thinks that they should be in a lower standard when they're not. They should be pulling where they're supposed to go. Either
No,
semi.
I agree. I agree.
Yeah.
Just more structure. That's all.
Yeah, which I
My
agree with that. That's what we were trying to work on too, and that's what we're still doing too, as well as trying to seed everything, and trying to use that heirs number, and it'll help us range exactly where you guys belong, really. So.
What happens
now,
when you put my name in? Is it just says you're terrible? We
Yeah,
haven't got a class bad enough for you.
so
Will you stop arm wrestling?
You had some decent
take
wins
up
this
knitting,
weekend, man.
competitive knitting.
You ever thought about retiring?
So, but my favorite thing about tournaments and events in general is the after poll. To be
Oh,
honest, that's my favorite. I mean, don't get me wrong. I enjoy competing. I enjoy that ego boost that you get after doing well in a tournament, or even like doing better than you may have thought you did. Like hey, I didn't expect to hold up against that specific individual. But my favorite thing is the after poll, being able to pull with other pros, learn from them, say, okay, I need to see where I'm at, by way of strength, not necessarily, technical style, because that's something we can work on at practices, but pound for pound, strength to strength, getting to grip up with Garrett or
yeah,
Ray.
yeah,
I'm not gonna see them in the tournament because they're not in my class,
right.
but I have to pull. I'll be able to play around with them.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, it's one of the best things. You see the top guys, and one of the cool things about this sport is they're more than willing to get on the table with you. And you say, "Oh, can we?" Yeah, absolutely, sure, no worries. And they'll show you. They're very encouraging. Oh, you're so strong, and it's like, oh, come on, I know. Please, I know where I'm at, and I know where you're at.
right. Thanks for the
Uh,
fake compliment.
Right?
yeah. What about nerves? Have you had going into a match where you've had a game plan, you've visualized things, and then you get on the table and just completely forget everything?
Oh yeah. That's something that happened recently with me at the last Mac Challenger series. I went up against a guy who was a last minute change up. So everything that I already had planned was pretty much throwing pickles to the window and hoping they would stick, but they would all slide down.
Right.
And it definitely derails you and it kind of knocks you off your horse type of deal. It takes you off your focus. Your original game plan is no longer applicable because you don't have the same opponent
Yeah.
you prepared for. You change it up, 5, 6 days prior.
Hmm.
That changes the entire outcome of everything. So talk, you got your heart beats fast. You're sitting there like, I don't even know if I even belong up here.
Right. Yeah.
Like
Yeah.
like this guy I'm going up against, he's a national champ from Canada. Like I've never, like I've done okay with national champs here, but never Canada before type of deal. So yeah, you're going to be questioning a lot of what your training is and all the different focuses. Mind you, I'm only 5 years in.
Mhm.
I'm sure 5 years from now I'll have a different mindset around that, and I'll have a little bit more weathered mindset to be able to get through that hurdle.
Yeah. Yeah. I found at the tournament in Tampa, the King of Florida, because I hadn't competed for a while, and the first round that I went up, I got flash pinned. And then I was like, God damn it, this is how it always goes. And I'm standing there waiting for my next go, and my leg was shaking because I was so like, I'm going to embarrass myself. Everyone's going to see how terrible I am. And I got a pin, and I was like, oh, it just
I'm in it.
completely threw
I'm
me off.
here.
Yeah.
I'm here. Well, in a tournament when I was at Keystones with Sam Harris was in there, and so
Well, I'm going to be there this weekend.
funny story about Sam Harris. He said he wasn't going to pull in the tournament. He's like, I got to leave by a certain time. I was like, oh, okay, cool. you just want to watch and then you're going to bounce when you got to go. And he goes, yeah. So since you're not going to be in the tournament, you mind helping me warm up a little bit?
Yeah.
Because I didn't want, him to be in the tournament and warm me up. All of a sudden, I hear his name getting called. I'm like, you motherfucker, you lied to me. He just wanted to get all this homework on me. So now I'm sitting there getting the jitters going into this, and it I'm not gonna lie, it fired me up a little bit more though.
Yeah.
It was like, all right, now I gotta put everything I know into the bucket.
Yep.
And I went undefeated that day. I even beat Sam Harris.
All right.
And but the nerves, like I was like, when he hit, I caught it. I had that moment. Oh, I'm in this.
Yeah.
I'm here.
Yeah.
And let's go. And it's been a fun. That's one of my favorite things about tournaments. You don't know who's going to show up.
Yes.
And even people that do show up, they may try to sandbag you a little bit and tell you, I'm not entering. And then all of a sudden they're in the class.
Yeah, it's like, why is your name on the board?
Yeah.
Oh, they must have accidentally put it on there. Yeah, they just assumed. But didn't you pay entry fee? I swear I saw you. Nah, that wasn't me. I owed them money.
We got Ed Cruz in the chat. What's up, man? Good job this weekend.
Who else? Ed,
Adam Warner, what's up? Andrew
Andrew
Rivers, Weak Wrist Arm Wrestling. Eric
Big
Fisk.
Boy. All those guys should be there this weekend.
Candy Passmore says that she is definitely a super match puller, and she does like tournaments when there's enough women to make a division.
You know what, Steve? I'm gonna challenge you. Next event that you have, I want you to have two, not one, but two female super matches on the card.
Dude,
I know it's a challenge.
You know how hard it
But
is for women to want to pull up against another, and then it's
I-
always something. It's always either wait or too far or don't want to travel or have, and there's not even that many women that are that are. I'm trying to literally get a match now for Michelle Dugan, and it's hard enough just to get her a match just for her, and she's a fantastic player. But
we got to look up into our brothers up north. Our brothers up north.
Sisters, I got
It's a family up north up there. They up in Canada. Anybody in Canada that's watching this,
in the middle of the
listen.
Anybody
And in the
wants,
middle of the country.
wants an actual real match up against Michelle Dugan at I think about 155, 160. I mean, she's an absolute beast. Everybody,
What's that? 75? That's 75 kilo? No.
What, 150?
Yeah. So,
It's divided in half, basically.
Like 65 kilo.
Yeah, it's a lot of fun, though.
yeah.
It's 2.2.
I'll talk to you later, Steve.
Yeah, but we'll see. Hopefully we get a puller for her. We're trying to do that for the Mr. America. But
Let me see.
Garrett's sister is the future. Yes, we want to see more of her at the table.
I
Yes.
believe she is.
Yep.
To tell you the truth, I would love to put up a match with Candy Passmore and Garrett's sister.
How old is your sister, Garrett?
15.
Wow, really?
Yeah, she's been consistently training since like the beginning of the year, but she's always pulled like at the fair once a year since she was like 4 years old. But she's recently having more interest in it.
That's awesome. Good for her.
She's
Yeah, she's really good. I mean, I love to set that match though together with your sister and Candy Passmore. I saw that war that they had over there at Aiden's. I think it was Aiden's event.
It was Nick Stone's.
Nick Stone's was on.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, it was at Nick Stone's.
Yeah.
But yeah, I'd love to see that. I'd love to see that.
Ed Teixeira in the chat there.
Yeah.
I think he did very well on Saturday, just gone.
Yeah.
And including a very, very cheeky elbow foul where he was about to lose and went, oh, I accidentally lifted my elbow 8 inches off the pad.
Oh, with Sergio. I saw that match.
Yeah.
Yeah, Sergio was just like, oh, come on.
That was great. It was pretty funny.
Well, your lucky charm for this weekend is in the house. Yeah, Alex.
He's gonna be coming up to 176. Alexis is coming up.
Alexis is
Hot people, man.
Like you said, she just beat Danielle, so definitely an up
Courtney.
and coming.
Courtney, yeah, she's got a match coming up. I don't want to spill that yet, but Courtney's got a big match coming up at the end of November. So,
And what about yourself, Dan? Dan the Hat You're competing this Saturday.
Yeah,
So tell us.
I'm going up to Canada with a bunch of people that are in here, like Dave Deline. He'll be there. I'm actually facing a gentleman, Sean Buffton. He's actually a Ottawa High hooker, and we're going left. We just added left. We had a right. I was supposed to be with the guy Baby Bear, but he backed out, so he took the challenge of right. And then I got my knucklehead of a good friend El Jefe on the left, which is going to be a good match. But we're going to have a hell of a time. Right now, I believe there are 47 confirmed matches. And yeah, we got some big.
And they're gonna be done in like 3.5
And we're
hours.
gonna, yeah, and then we're gonna have a tournament afterwards. Gina has set everything up. Brandon,
Team London.
Team London did their job, did their work. And Ian's gonna be staying with me and El Jefe, which is gonna be one hell of a hangover weekend, I guess we were gonna say. You know what I'm saying?
So three super matches.
Three super matches in the tournament.
And the tournament.
Yeah.
Which class are you going in the tournament?
It's an open 231, so I'm 240, 245 in the morning. So I'm going to be doing super heavyweight. So I have my hands full.
Do they have amateurs and pro, or it's just the open and that's it?
I think it's just open, but I could be wrong. But they might have one other crew. But Canada and MAC is a little different. They just keep keeping it open.
Yeah, awesome.
Pretty sure.
So you're doing 3 matches and then the tournament.
Yeah, well, hopefully, as long as my arm's still attached.
Shout out to Michael Nance, trains Lucky, and let me ask you, Mike, a question since you're on the chat. If I put that match together with Lydia, obviously I'd like to speak to Garrett and his family and Lydia. If I put that match together with Lucky, are you guys willing to travel down? Because I'd love to put that match together too. If Candy wants to take it some other time, you know what I mean, with Lydia, because I'd still want to put that match together too. But I mean, Lucky's really good lefty, and that would be actually a pretty good match, I'd say. How much does your sister weigh, Garrett?
She's about 130.
She's about 130. I'm not sure how much Lucky's weighing right now. I know she's doing fantastic on her roll, and she's losing so much weight. So, but I
I think
like.
she's doing 155s.
Is she?
Or yeah, I think so.
Yeah,
But under 155.
Yeah, I think she's like 154 or somewhere in that.
Yeah, she'd be able to come down a little bit more or something like that and meet Lydia a little bit closer. Maybe Lydia can come up to maybe 35 or 140 or something like that. I like them to be between like 10 pounds and no more than that, when they're going up against each other, so it's
Yeah.
somebody that's going to get, so, like if it was just same thing with Ray, he's pulling Fred Morrison, and Fred's a little bit of a bigger guy. I think Ray usually walks around about 198 or so, right, Ray, or 205, something like that. So
I should have made the match at 200.
yeah. So, but
Yeah.
that's why I do these things, because I want you guys to be comfortable to make sure that weight is as close as possible, and you guys are on the same realm. Not somebody that's going to be 20 or 30 pounds heavier, and have too much weight on them in comparison to, what your opponent is. I just don't see it as a match when it comes to be too much weight. You know what I mean? So, but yeah, and that's why we have weight classes. That's the reason why we have weight classes. Everything's going to be fair. Everything's going to be the way it's supposed to be. But yeah, I definitely love to put that match together.
There are different formats of arm wrestling where weight classes kind of get put to the side for the eagerness of just the quality of a match, right? I think what you promote and what you have available at New York Tri-State Arm Wrestling is a weight class oriented production. Mac definitely has productions that are not always weight class oriented, especially for Challenger Series. Sometimes you have some really good quality matches that happen there, but it doesn't mean that there isn't a place for either one of them, right?
We had I was just going to say we had a tournament, an 85 kilo invitational tournament, and all the guys weighed in front of each other. And when one of our guys, Taryn Broad, weighed in, and he had to cut weight to get there. And when he stood on the scale, my business partner put his foot on there and stepped on it as well. and Taryn's like, he's supposed to be 85, and he comes up like 102, and he's like, what the hell?
That's awesome.
So funny.
That is awesome. I love that. And listen, Steve, don't ever do that to me, please. It can give me a heart attack.
I think mine was just I forgot he just did that at recently at the
I
tournament.
think
And
didn't Roger do it to Storm at
yeah,
East
is that who
Coast?
it was? Is that who it
Yeah,
was?
I think so.
that
Yeah.
was funny, man. I was
His
thinking that
face.
was
Oh,
A high level of trolling right there. Ooh,
yeah.
that's funny.
my heart would drop into my stomach because we all like when it comes to cutting weight, I am usually very close to it, and I'm always very hungry. So like if I sit down, I'll rage like nothing else on scale.
Yeah. We've got a question here from Eric Fisk. He says, thoughts on super matches having weight categories, rankings, and an overall champion per class, more structure.
I'll take care of that one.
All right.
That's actually on the way. I don't want to burst the bubble, but yes, that is in the works as we speak. And it's people that everybody knows. It's just a matter of getting it in motion. Probably next year that this everybody will start to see how everything's going to tie in together, and it's going to be one structure like that. And that's what we're all trying to work on. And it really is coming that way behind the scenes. Not many people know that because nobody needs to know that until it's ready to go. And Steve is part of that, and he knows. So,
Yeah.
but just to say, a lot of structure is coming. 2026 is going to be a lot more structure and a lot more streamlined, and people are going to say, "Oh, this is actually how it's supposed to be." And then there's going to be champions and playoffs and different ways, and and everybody's going to be able to participate in other areas with said championships if they win also.
Oh, that's cool.
So it's going to be a lot of
Feeder.
a lot of feeders, and everybody's going to be tied in together. So yeah, to answer your question, Eric, big time, it's coming.
Yeah, so the way we're going to be handling it pretty much is going to be from the majority of the matches and a lot of the matches that we are pretty much already had here from the Northeast, which was a lot of them was when we started it last year with all the super matches that we had with between Garrett and Chris Michaels and Vadim and all the 54 guys. Dan's in it, obviously. Ray's in it too as well. When he pulled at the New York Smoke Super Match Series last year, up against Evan James Reed. Evan James Reed is in it too as well. So all the guys that pulled, and they're going to be really the way we're going to be trying to do it. This is just an idea of what we're trying to do. Is the 1, 2, and 3 guys that are 54s that are out there? We're going to be pulling them in and putting them, and they already got up against each other here in the Northeast before. So that's why this ranking system kind of is almost kind of like already in the process because it's happened already. You know what I mean? So once you do that, once you've obviously, Dan, you pulled on almost every single one of my cards. Same thing like Aiden LeMay, he pulled almost on every single one of my cards. So he's already on that same bracking system. So once all these guys that are, let's just say they want to go up against these guys and we're putting up against the Northeast and the ranking systems are bracketed already, they're going to want to go up against these guys that are in that bracket already. The reason being is because they already pulled all these guys that they beat last year or 2 years ago.
Yeah.
So
Correct.
so it's going to make things a lot better. It's going to make things a lot more organized the way Eric was saying. So yeah, there will be belts, so the rings will be there, but the belts will be the main, your 54 class, your 76 class, your 65 class, and so on and so forth. But it takes time, man. It's not easy to do that and have everybody else, it takes time. It's a team effort, that everybody has to kind of unite and do this together to make sure that we have all the rankings and everybody all together to make sure that we're all on the same page, pretty much.
Everybody's happy with the way it's planned out to be,
Yeah.
you know, and that's the main thing. As long as there's, you said, structure, and even like you said, they got to pull each other 2, 3, 4 times because then all right, you're the top right now, and then you got to see who else is going to go, and then well, Dan has 4 wins and 2 losses,
Right.
so who else is in that category has 4 wins and 2 losses? That's going all right. Then boom, 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 just like that.
Yeah.
I mean,
Well, I'm pretty sure there's a couple of guys that are chasing Conrad right now at that 176 class. I know Dan is chasing.
exactly.
I know Jordan
Not at all. What do you mean?
Madden.
Not chasing him at all. What do you mean? He's gonna be chasing me. I'm done.
Same thing with Jordan Maskell and a lot of the 76 guys right now that, he's in that key. A shout out to Garrett Tupper for, I seen him beat actually Conrad at the strap tournament, which was very impressive.
I,
How
Yeah.
that's right,
that's how good Garrett is. That just shows you how good Garrett is. So when I say the
right.
top five guys here in the United States, Garrett is in that top five in the United States. Absolutely.
That's how you beat Conrad in the strap.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm glad it started there at that tournament.
You have to get a strap.
Yeah, he's strong, man. I just pulled him Sunday.
Yeah.
Candy Passmore says, I'm willing to go back at her left in weigh-in at 130 pounds. I need a chance to at least get a win against Lydia Left. There you go.
There you go. There you go.
I'd love to put that match together. Yeah. So then let me know.
Make it happen. Make
What's
it
Lydia?
happen.
I know Lydia
There
maybe.
you go. You got one of the two. You got one of the two ready to go. We made your job easier. But now you got to put in the work to get another one. That's it.
Well, it's Lydia. What do you mean? It'll be Lydia. If she's good to do left, then we have a match. And if Candy wants to come down, and I think that'll be a great match. I've seen it already. Them go back and forth, and I know Candy's hungry to get that win on her. You know what I mean? And Lydia did hang on tight. I'm not going to say her hand was not compromised because it was, and Candy did take her hand. So, but at the same time, she did hang in there, just like almost like Garrett does, until that wrist just a little bit. She had some good
Oh
side
yeah,
pressure though. Lydia had some really good side pressure. Did really good press too to come down with her shoulder behind it. So
yeah,
really impressed.
And she
yeah.
got
We're
that female
working.
rage that she's born with, you know.
Yeah,
I don't
we're
know.
working on our hand strength.
Yeah, I was like, I don't know about born with. When she trains with the guys that she trains with, it's hard not to have that type of. You know what I mean? She's a
Rage,
beast.
yeah.
There you go. Lydia's down. Looks like Lydia's all ready for it.
I would love to have a rematch left with.
So we got Candy
Perfect.
possibly coming up. We're gonna have to get something for Paul Passmore now. So it's a package deal, right? We
Yeah, I'm
got
sure
we gotta get.
it is. I got somebody for Paul.
All right.
Paul's been looking good lately.
Yeah, looking real good. He had a pretty strong win against Shiu
I'm
over
thinking
at
if
Nick
we're
Jones.
I'm
That was
thinking
legit.
Paul. If we're doing Pauls, might as well do a Paul against Paul.
Ah, Paul Cruz.
Yep.
Cruise control.
Well,
Will cruise control pass?
that'd
Pass
be,
more?
that'd be good.
I like
Oh yeah.
that one.
Oh
Got that
yeah.
on the Mac table.
Yeah.
Yep.
Well,
That sounds like a fun one.
how many matches did you say Mac is doing on the next card?
This the one that I'm going to.
Yeah.
Yeah, right now we have confirmed 46. One table too. And
Oh, one table.
one table.
Oh,
One
God.
table.
Wow.
We're starting at we're going to be there at 9 o'clock setting up. I believe we're going to try and do weigh-ins at like 10:30, and we're going to try and get rock and roll. I believe at 11:30, and they got it all timed out, and it seems like we'll rock and roll. I mean, if it was anything like Mac 4, we're gonna close your thumbs, close your hands, go. I mean, it's fast. So, but there's a lot of big matches on this card. So you got Crazy George as the main event. And he
Yeah.
coming back. You got a bunch of other people. Again, there's 46 matches.
We're gonna be here for 10 hours.
There's so many big. I mean, and then there's so many young kids that are coming up there, and that's the beautiful part of it. They're trying. They're young, and they just want to match. They want to see what it's about.
Yeah.
I love it, and this is going to be fun. I mean, God knows, the New Yorker, and then invades the Canadians, and they all love it. So let's see what kind of damage we can do up in Canada this weekend.
Forget about
Hopefully, I win. I mean,
it.
I'm going in Buffman. We had those after polls. I felt pretty strong, and I know you know that. El Jefe, whatever, bro. I know you're strong, but I got to get you faster than me. So then, as long as I get you before the hit, I'm good.
uh, what do you think of the Mac rules, Steve? Have you ever pulled under that rule structure?
Oh yeah, I pulled a bunch of times in the rack. Honestly, I don't have any problems with them. I only have just one issue, which I even spoke to James about too. It was if you go up to the table and your opponent says, which honestly, I rather pull in the strap, but let's just say, for instance, if I didn't want to pull in the strap and they do, it automatically goes in the strap. So that's the only rule that I'd say that's a little bit. You know what I mean? That if I don't want to pull in the strap, I don't. You know what I mean? There's no reason why I would have to. You know what I mean? So, but that's the only thing I would have to say. Besides that,
You flip for it.
No,
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 oh, they
no,
don't flip
no,
for it?
no,
Oh.
no, no. They took that out because then, well, I don't want to flip for it. Well, if you don't want to be in a strap, well, then you don't pull in the strap. But if you say no, well, then you know, obviously. So I understand what Steve's saying, but in a way, it's also an advantage, because
to me, it's an advantage. To me,
I thought
yeah,
it's an
the other
advantage
I thought
because
the
I'm
other
strapped.
person had to agree. I thought
no,
No,
from the first
not anymore.
nope.
No, if one person says no, it automatically goes to the strap.
uh, Conrad would have been mine that day then.
Yeah, you would have
Well,
just
yeah,
said,
they were still
"I want to
flipping.
pull."
We were still flipping then, right? We
So
were
so they
flipping. Yeah.
no, it was that tournament. It was you would agree, like you both had to agree to the strap, and then that match would start without the strap. But if you slipped, each match would continue in the strap.
Yeah, that's the rule set. Okay, but now it's if one says no, it doesn't matter. It's going to the strap anyway.
I just think it's just leaning
Hmm.
towards the
Strap
better
on.
puller that's in the strap, and I don't like to lean towards anybody. I want it to be as fair as possible. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
That's why, because there's some pullers that are better out of the strap, and there's some pullers that are better in the strap. Don't get me wrong. I'd rather pull in the strap, but in general, when it comes to fair as rules as possible, there's pullers that don't want to pull in the strap. They rather top roll. They rather take your hand. It's different. You know, everybody knows that. You know what I mean? But
yeah.
I'm a pull in the strap. I don't have anything else that I'd have to say about Mac tables. I mean, I love the Mac tables. That's the only rule I would have to say. You know, comparison to another puller that doesn't want to be in the strap. But besides that, like I said, I'm a strap puller. I love everything about it, and you have a lot of room. So it's comfortable. You know, it's comfortable. It's a little different. You know, the table is definitely different, but I like it. I don't see anything wrong with it. I'm saying we're doing it actually for the Americas. We're using Mac tables for the Mr. America.
Yes,
That's exciting. I think that could be really good
yes.
for Mac and for you to.
And that's what we tweaked on the rules. I think that's what we'd agreed upon with everybody is that that's the only thing that we changed that on that rule set is that if somebody comes to the table and they're like, I want to go in the strap, the other opponent does not have to take that strap.
That's fine.
But
That's
but
fine.
if they slip out and whatever else, then it
It's the
is what it
same
is.
way.
Right.
Yeah.
You know.
I'll
So
be there. I'll be there with the guy. With you and with everybody from Mac also.
mhm. Yeah, it's that'll be good, man. I can't wait. JJ's gonna be there. We're putting everything
Yeah,
together with JJ, obviously. We'll see. Hopefully,
yeah,
if it's there. If not, you know, either way, he's gracious to do something to do together with him. And I think Ian's gonna be in Canada that day too, as well. So
Yeah.
yeah. He's got something that day. I'm
We
gonna.
got talk that
We
day.
got 12.
Team
yeah,
Arm Wrestling Federation.
yeah.
That's a cool thing. What do you guys think about that? Are you familiar with what
Haven't
that
heard
is?
of that, no.
No. So the talk Team Arm Wrestling Federation is an idea that was birthed by Jason Constantini. He pretty much is taking a team from a city
Mhm.
and pulling arm wrestlers from a region that were in a bigger pool, and they had a team manager help pick the teams to represent that region, and it's a pretty expansive region at this point in time that you would pull from. So it's Team Montreal versus Team Toronto,
Mhm.
and they're doing 4 rounds of this team battle. You have different ways to get points, there are different ways you can get retract points, and you have light to heavy, but you can pull up, you can't pull down.
Mhm.
So you have different strategies that are involved, and it is going to be similar, taking the format of like NFL, putting it into arm wrestling.
Okay.
More like darts because you got to be because a certain arm wrestler can only be used a certain amount of times.
Yeah,
So
I
they're
mean,
like he said, Steve can go against Garrett. Heavy can pull up. No, lighter can pull up, but heavy can't pull down.
yeah.
But they can only be used twice. So if you got one of your guys that was mismatched, you got to think about how you're going to use it. So there's different ways. So I think it's a cool concept.
Cool concept. October 11th is going to be happening. October 11th is also going to be Mr. America. So two very big high level events that are
Yeah.
occurring. Two very different ways of the sport being done, which I love that it's both happening on MAC tables. So that talks about unity right there, right? So it's definitely an exciting thing. They're going to be doing a part of that. Long Island actually has its own region against Detroit. Will be done in April, between April and May of next year. So we're looking forward to hosting that.
Awesome. Sounds good. Can I ask everyone what their best or most favorite moment in their arm wrestling career is? Maybe Steve, if we start with you.
I haven't had that long of an arm career as it was, but I think my favorite one was when I was in Montana, giving the awards away to my team, and it was a very emotional moment for me, and my whole team was there to watch it. Garrett was there, Ray was there, Dan was there, and I'd have to say it was probably one of my favorite moments that I had in arm wrestling right there. Yep.
Fantastic. That's awesome. Garrett, what about yourself, man?
Well, it's hard to say. Had so many just in the last 4 years, but wins wise, I guess when I beat Roman Gromov left-handed at the Tennessee tournament, it was an invitational tournament. That was a huge win for me, and like I didn't think I had anything for him at all, and I was able to pull out a win on him. Um, Also, just going against Kevin Palco, he ended up beating me 3-0 back in June, but it was a great experience to pull someone at his level. So those are two pretty big moments for me.
Wow, fantastic. Ray, what about yourself, mate?
Competing wise, uh, uh, biggest I would say Sean Weber at one of Steve's tournament. I think that's probably one of my notable wins. But reffing wise, I would say Montana. Reffing the Arnold, one of the biggest moments for sure. Hopefully more to come.
Hell yeah.
But
Definitely more to
Awesome.
come. Definitely more.
Fantastic. What about you, Mr. Hat?
Well, again, I keep saying that, like, this year is my first year in, so I was more starstruck like when I was in Atlantic City when I met most everybody, and but the best time that I've had was when I was with Dan, and he texted me at like 1:30 in the morning, said, "Where are you?" And I'm like, "I'm out front." He said, "Come to the gym." I'm like, "Why?" He said, "Just come to the gym." Devin's down there doing his, workout at 1:30 in the morning because everybody else went to the strip club that night. And we sat there, and I'm starstruck because I'm still new, and I'm like, all right. And I got to friggin' strap up with friggin' Devin at 2 o'clock at night and have some crazy fucking conversations. And then from that moment, anytime I've been in any event, Steve's events, any events, it's just been a moment. So, it's awesome. But that was one of my first because everybody knows Devin. So anybody, have you ever met Devin? Actually, I have. I pulled with them, and so I can say that. So that's like my right now. But when I hopefully get competing, I just I want a big win. I can't wait to feel that how it feels to have a huge win.
Yeah.
I've won some tournaments. It's a great feeling, but at amateur, it is what it is. Now it's when you play with the big boys and you're like, fuck, this guy's strong. And you work your way and you get there, and it's like, all right, I want to know how that feeling is going to feel like.
Yeah.
And I want to work for it. And that's why I'm here.
There you go. Fantastic. And Dan, the Nightmare.
So I've had a pretty action-packed 5 years in the sport. My first victory actually is not at the table; it's making weight.
Oh, yeah.
Because I was 270 pounds when I came in the sport. So making that weight to 170,
Mm.
even when I made it to 154s, like that right there, one of my greatest moments of life in general.
Yeah.
In sport, similar to Dan, meeting Devin and hanging out with him in Puerto Rico.
Yeah.
And getting to spend a whole weekend with the man. Hearing how he thinks and what he talks about, it really made a huge impact on my overall arm wrestling career. For at the table, the three most notable, I would say, catching a pin on Kevin Palco. I flew out the morning of a super match with him, and flew back that same night. I ended up sleeping in the airport. But talking about commitment, because I wanted the experience of competing against Kevin Palco, and he gave me the opportunity, and I actually was able to catch a pin on him, which I think surprised every single one of us, including myself. And then going out to Montana with the crew and just being a part of that was an amazing experience for me. And winning 4-0, that was just awesome. I dominated.
Awesome, man.
You might see a rerun of that this upcoming weekend. And then my last most recent accomplishment was pinning Sam Harris.
Oh
Being
yeah.
able to catch a pin on him, and that like those are the biggest highlights that I can pull off the top of my head. I'm sure I can sit there and I can list other moments that were monumental in my life, but those are the big ones.
Yeah, absolutely. No, that's absolutely tremendous. We got some comments in here. Candy Haspel says, Steve, when is the tournament?
Shut everything off.
Steve's not listening.
Yeah, so the tournament's going to be November 29th, I think it's. Yeah, it's going to be Test Your Frame 2. We're looking for a spot in New Jersey. So yeah, so I have still a couple super matches that we're looking for. I think all the spots are filled up, but we'll make a spot for Lydia and Candy if you want to be part of it, absolutely. And then if Lucky wants to be part of it too as well, depending on weight and everything else, and what the girls want to be at weight classes and which arm and everything. I'm open to that because I saw Candy also wanted to pull Lucky, so I'm also open to that. So we can have 2 matches for that whole day with women, or even more if we get some more women, it'll be great. And like I said too, we're still looking for somebody for Michelle. So anybody that can have for Michelle, it'd be great. She's looking 155, 160. And yeah, man, I can't wait for this weekend. I'm
This weekend's
stoked.
gonna be amazing. It's gonna be a hell of an event. The King of
Yeah.
the Tri-State too. I'm really looking forward to it. But before we continue a little bit, what about you? What's your most notable experience? We got to hear about all of ours.
Yeah.
Yours.
Well,
You're the guest on this show.
that's right. No, I've had a lot of very, very exciting moments, and not many of them have been in the competition side of it. It's been absolutely incredible being able to promote the sport, meet people from all around the world, and fly to Ireland, fly to India, fly to America, all around Australia, and meeting some of the top guys in the sport, and being able to put matches together, and then commentating and doing all those sorts of things. Even just picking the guys up from the airport is exciting, and I'm a fan of the sport first and foremost, and it's always I've got the best seat in the house because I'm sitting right next to the table to be able to do the commentating side of it, which has just been absolutely tremendous. And just last month did the commentary work for Pro Panja League in India with 100 million people watching, and
That's incredible.
it was spectacular, and the level of production that they put on for that show, to be part of that was a real honor, and it's just absolutely incredible. And then coming out to America, and you guys having tournaments every weekend, and it's not just one tournament. It's like, oh, there's 5 of them going around in this local area. There's 5 tournaments, and it's like, how is that?
Put your finger on the map, you'll find one.
That's right, absolutely. So we King of Florida 2 weeks ago, and then we had the Sean Latimer one last week, and then we've got the one coming up in Connecticut this weekend, and then there's things going on all the time here in arm wrestling in America, which is absolutely incredible to see.
I'm grateful that you're a part of this journey in the Northeast with us, because it's all about coming together, and all walks of life are welcome. I want this to be an example that if you are across the world and you're looking for a place to vacation and you're an arm wrestler, we can incorporate both of those worlds happily. Reach out to Steve, reach out to Ray, reach out to Garrett, Dan, or myself. We'll be happy to host you and find a way to make it work for you.
Yeah, that's literally the bed I'm sleeping in.
Not a spare room.
A little arm B&B going on here.
RVB, that's great.
But what about now that you're that was your your most how you felt and your most happiest point in your career. What do you got moving forward?
Yeah, well, I mean, we just signed a deal with a TV network in Australia, so we're going to be putting our content on their free to air, and the dates I've put up on my Facebook page. I can't remember off the top of my head, but I know that they'll be airing our most recent event 4 times. And yeah, so that's incredible. They saw the footage that we approached them and said, "Hey, this is what we've got." They said, "We love it. How much more do you have?" And so we've got all of our events that we've put together. So we've put the most recent one forwards, and that's the one that's going to air. This one that we watched the other night. Yeah, yeah. And then
Awesome.
yeah, we've got our tournament stuff that we've done, and so that's very exciting for us to be able to put those things together. And I was just talking to Dave Stockbridge, my business partner with AWE, before about what our next move is, and we came up with some ideas and stuff like that. So yeah, we got lots of exciting things happening in the world of AWE. So we're very, very happy with how things are going.
Have either of you three guys watched his event or the matches that he promoted?
Yep.
Yeah, yep, I've seen
Yeah.
it. Yep, I watched them on
We're all going
YouTube.
to go, nah.
No, I was thought. Yeah, you know what it is too. Not only that, but before even I seen this couple of videos that he just posts, just arm wrestling in a couple of different places, just like slow pulling and stuff. So I just see him doing a lot of different stuff, not just in tournament pulling. So I seen him a lot of different places. Really commentating, announcing, and different. But yeah,
You
It's
guys
been
are
fun. It's been incredible. I love the
Australia.
sport.
Australia's over there packed with commentators. You got you, Ryan, Jake.
Yeah, yeah. Ryan Bowen, Jake Ward does a tremendous job. He's been doing Australian rules football is it's very big in Australia. It's the number one sport, and he's been doing commentary for them. So yeah, he's doing a tremendous job.
Well, while Jacob may have been the first Australian I met, you're the first Australian on Long Island on an arm wrestling podcast. So you got me.
Yes, finally,
Yep.
with something. Oh, and the cryotherapy.
And the very first Australian to receive cryotherapy.
There you go. Sorry, I had to do it upside down, but it worked.
guys, I gotta go to the store. I gotta lock everything up. So Connelly, I'll see you soon, guys. I'll see you soon. Thanks for having me on, Dan, Garrett,
With
Ray,
pleasure.
the hat. I'll see you guys soon, man. Thank you so
See
much.
you later.
I love it's called the hat.
You're getting a hat every day of the week, every day of the year, right?
It's like, have you seen the wall in there? It's the wall of hats.
Literally, I gotta get the camera on that wall.
Oh yeah, go
If you can, it's they've seen it. When I've been in the podcast before, I've shown it.
on.
And I got 22 hats.
Not from this perspective.
Okay, here we go.
Be right back, guys.
Just be careful.
So
Don't break my bomb.
who coined the hat nickname?
That was Joe Yaro, actually in Atlantic City.
Oh yeah.
Goes, you're gonna be called the Hat. I said, all right, there you go. That's how I got my nickname. Because,
He didn't have a follow-up comment. It was just that.
he goes, you know what? We're gonna call you the Hat, and I'm like, all right. And because he was arm wrestling, he was just all right. And then ever since, every time I see him, yo, what up, guys?
Hat, yeah, that's great. Well, it's fun to have a nickname, and one of the things with a nickname is you're not supposed to give it to yourself,
Exactly.
which is what I did.
You got to earn it.
They were trying to lump me with the marshal because I was the COVID marshal, and I was like, I hate that. I don't want that. I'm coming up with something myself.
Warden.
The warden.
Hollywood works,
Yeah.
though. It works good.
What do you got, Ray? Don't you? What's your nickname?
Don't have one.
We gotta find one for you. Uh-oh. Live from on location.
Here we go. It's the hat cam.
Oh,
Oh, have a look. There you go. I love how you spaced them perfectly.
America, baby. There's my Christmas hats. Those are my favorite. And then,
There you go.
there's the wall of medals. Yes. Yes. I got 2 East versus West. That's what matters.
It's growing. It's growing.
The hats are nice.
So what else? So hold on. Okay. So Ray, you reffing the super matches too this weekend, or just the tournament?
Just a tournament.
Who's reffing the super matches? Do you know?
believe Mike Bisman and Ron.
Okay.
Ron Singer.
Yeah,
Ron
that's
Aconda.
good. That's good. That's
Yeah.
fair. They're honest.
Yeah, they're good refs. Yeah,
Yeah.
we'll see what happens.
Just want everyone to know, if you're not following Matt's channel, well, look at him go, making him dance, making it AWE dance. I was distracted, man. That's not fair. I can't do
Press the
that.
button and
Go ahead, take your phone, take a picture of that QR code. It'll take you right over to their Facebook page. They got some great content. I
Thank you.
love the things that they got going on. Definitely follow them for more information about what's happening in Australia, what he's got going on with India as well. Everything that he's doing and the company's up to.
Thank you.
Keep a lookout. We'll see him on TV soon. But that's all we can say.
My
Well,
phone
yeah.
is about to die, so I will see you guys Friday.
All right,
Or, I'm
Ray.
sorry, I'll see you guys
brother.
Saturday.
See you, Mark. Have a good one.
Yep.
I'll see you guys. Take
See
care.
you then.
Take care.
Yeah.
So what's up, Mr. Tupper?
Trying to heal up for my super match. I've been super active. I've had like a tournament every other week or back-to-back weekends like all year.
Hey,
I hear that.
that's the life of an arm wrestler on the East Coast.
Oh,
Kinda,
yeah.
let it coast now.
Yeah.
Yeah, I need to heal.
Yeah.
But I'm
How old are
feeling
you
pretty
again?
good right now. What's that?
How old are you?
26.
Oh, Jesus.
Young.
Young buck.
Absolutely young.
Oh, hey. And how you been pulling for how long?
Well, so I started when I was 4, just like my
That's-
sister. Just
Yeah.
once a year though, at this
Yeah.
local fair. And then in like 2021, I like saw a bunch of WAL videos and wanted to get back into it. So I got back into it then. My dad actually saw Bill Sinks on a job site and asked if he still did the training and everything. Said that I wanted to get back into it, and Bill said he still did the training once a week at his place, which is only like 25 minutes from my dad's house.
Perfect.
And so I started going there and never stopped.
Oh yeah, and he's one hell of a man to practice with.
Yeah,
Yeah,
definitely.
his endurance is insane.
Marathon man for a reason.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
So what's the goals in the sport, Garrett?
So I want to work my way up to the number 1 spot, obviously, in the United States, and win a nationals and win a world title.
Oh wow, fantastic! How many years or how long do you see that before that's a reality?
I would say probably like the 5 to 10 year range. Like to become a world champion, probably 10 years.
Yeah, fantastic. Well, it's one of those sports that's really strange that people seem to get better as they get older.
Yeah.
And it's like
Yeah,
the
for
top
sure.
guys in the world seem to all be over the age of 40. So it's really strange.
There's hope for me yet, huh?
Yep.
Yeah.
But I think Worlds in 2027, WAF World is going to be in Ottawa, Canada, I believe. I want to go to that and test
That's
myself
gonna be
there.
an fucking insane tournament.
Yep. That's
Yeah.
gonna be one of the bigger world tournaments.
Huge.
Yeah,
That's
so
with
that'll be a big test.
Yeah,
Canada, Ottawa. Yeah.
Okay.
It's where he trains out of.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
High Hoggers.
Yeah, Ottawa Hybrid. That's where I've been there before.
Bucks after Saturday, Garrett.
What's that?
Do you have any other matches on the books after Saturday?
So December 8th, I believe, the Natty Bros are putting on a card at the Dave and Buster's in Massachusetts, and I'm going up against Matt Bush, and it's a 170 weight cap. He's usually a 176 puller, but we've gone back and forth over the years. Well, we haven't faced a lot, but so that'll
That's
be
gonna
a
be a
good
good match.
test.
Yeah.
Yeah,
That's gonna be a good match.
right-handed.
I will be both, so I know that's gonna be a good match.
Yeah.
Dan Plexman is in the chat. He says, "Hey guys, I'm just home from practice."
What's up, Lexman? How you doing, man?
That's remember I was
Yeah.
telling I was explaining to him how unique a unique person you are, Plexman, and I told him the story of how you wanted to pull me. And I said it's not the smart thing to do before the tournament. And you said, yeah, and then you told me I saw you on the day of the tournament.
And Brian Parliament is in from the Through the Fingers podcast up in Canada. We were just talking about Canada and the Worlds that's going to be there 2027 in Ottawa.
Yeah.
So I'm sure that he'll be going along to that as well.
I wanted to share one of the projects we got going on that's behind the scenes.
Oh.
Talk in the spirit of connection and connecting with people. One of the groups that we mentioned Montana earlier.
Mm-hmm.
One of the sponsors, Mithril Arm Wrestling Equipment, sent us to Canada.
Oh.
And got me in contact. And because I got in contact and I guess Dan saw some of his stuff, he ended up purchasing some of his equipment and some of the tables that we have. And you got to see it. Yeah.
Oh, that's where it's from. Oh, fantastic.
And it's from Kazakhstan.
Oh, wow.
So this is the Kazakhstan arm wrestling equipment provider.
Yeah.
Helped us get to Montana. NYPD apparently has seen his stuff because his stuff has gone to Brian Shaw, and there are a lot of strongman fans there, and a couple other who's that polar the guy who does the strict curl. No,
Saplankov?
No, not from Vegas area. Stocky guy. I can't remember his name off the top of my head. Do you know who I'm talking about?
No, I'm trying to think.
I can't remember his name off the top of my head. Either which way, the equipment was seen there, and the NYPD actually requested him, Mithril, to supply them with some equipment.
Wow.
And they started a collaboration. And so I reached out to Mithril, and I told him, Delo is his name. I told him, hey, listen, we're in New York. You have a connection here already, a gym fully equipped. We'd be happy to help out. NYPD is not far away from us.
Yeah.
And the ball got rolling. We're going to be training. Dan and I are going to be training and working with the NYPD.
Wow.
And teaching. They're going to be building their own arm wrestling league and giving them the basics.
That's amazing.
So
fantastic.
Talk about, bringing things together from different corners of the world, different happenings in the world. I am super excited.
That's awesome. Yeah, I'd love it if they could get it in like the police fire games or something like that as well. And have like the NYPD team versus say Boston team or whatever.
Yeah, Boston College.
Yeah.
In the name of sponsor, Brian Parliament did help us out and sent us some money to get to Montana. So there's always appreciation for all sponsors that have helped us out and continue to help us out. The gentleman who treated us this morning.
Yes,
he's a big time sponsor for me. He helps me out financially and as well as recovery purposes. So the sport's growing.
Oh yeah,
it's getting more exposure. We're getting more help. We're getting more community benefit and involvement, which is exciting.
You know what I think it is too? People are being smarter and safer.
Yeah,
there's a lot more education now. So people aren't breaking arms like, oh yeah, I'm an arm wrestler. Don't break everybody's arm every day? No, because people see, all right, or somebody in their crew has heard about or learned about and says, no, you got to be careful. You got to do this.
Yeah.
And especially with even the novice guys. I mean, Dan, was taught me, and my movements, even though I'm an experienced lifter and my body was built for this, don't do that because you're not used to it. You might get hurt until you're ready. And you may still get hurt. Doesn't matter. Look, pros get hurt, right?
Mm-hmm.
Even the elites get hurt.
Yeah.
Knock on wood, I haven't sustained any major injuries. This will be right. It's fake wood.
Doesn't matter. There we go. There's some sort of wood in there.
There's something from a tree there. So I haven't gotten majorly injured. I've had some bangs here and there, but biomechanics is my career. I'm a massage therapist for 15 years. So knowing and understanding how the body works and how to move it in the most efficient manner to manage, injuries or prevent them is something that I'm proficient at, and I pride myself in being able to impart that on the team and share that with the teammates and anybody who's watching and learning, how to arm wrestle. People come to us in the park and they're like, "Hey, how do I do that?" We show them.
Yeah, absolutely.
Garrett, how many people in your crew when you practice?
It varies between like 15, sometimes 20.
And that's one day a week?
Yep, just one day a week.
Well, that's cool. At least you have a nice crew like that then.
Yeah, we have a pretty solid club, all weights, and a few girls in there. My sister, and there's a couple others that come over.
Your sister's such a badass, bro.
Yeah,
Such a badass.
yeah.
But
I tell her
daddy's
to
girl,
stick with it.
bro. Huh?
I'm telling her to stick with it, and she'll be good.
Oh, hell yeah. Hell yeah.
I do like the way you said that. It's like, and there's some girls there. And my sister.
That's one thing we are lacking. We are lacking a female presence at our practices. We would love to have.
Oh yeah.
We
We gotta spread the word, but I think as it gets better out there. Where were we? We were at oh no, well, me and Mike Service, one of our other guys, we were just out on a Friday night 2 months ago, and we were just fooling around at the bar, because we're arm wrestlers and that's what we do. And these two chicks came up, "You guys are arm wrestling?" And yeah, and then the next thing you know, they were one trained and one was not, but they had fun, and that's how we got to get it. But they were nervous.
Yeah.
They're fucking nervous.
Yeah,
But
we things like I've done a lot of the gym seminar things where you just put up a table and
Yeah.
try to get people to come up. The girls are happy to come up. The guys will not come up, and
because their ego.
that's right. And the best thing is when you see a big guy and his mate is going, "Oh, you should," and the big guy's just like, "No, I'm not going over there. I
You don't see my
cannot
muscles.
see
You
that
can't see
way."
my bulging muscles. They're just for show.
yeah, and then
You don't say that.
you put a guy like these two on the table, and you say, "Try and beat them," and nobody can.
Yep.
They're little. Look at me. I'm big. Can you beat them? I don't know. Can you? You didn't answer my question exactly. So see,
Not with 2 arms. Oh, fantastic. Should we look at wrapping it up, Eric?
Yeah. Anybody have any other questions, Garrett? Do you have any questions for us, for Matt, for Dan, myself?
No. I'll see you guys Saturday.
So actually, I got a question for you. What's your prediction with me versus Jordan? Because he's over by you. He's over
Yeah.
by you, isn't he?
There's a smile there. I think you're going to say something that you don't actually think here.
Well, I don't know. It's hard to say. I've never actually pulled him in a tournament, and I've pulled you in a tournament once, a little like a year and a half ago, and I don't know exactly what shape he's in, but I know he's really strong. But I also know you're super strong too, and your hand is and pronation's really strong. So it's gonna be close. Like I don't know. I'll give it a 50-50. Whoever wins the hand battle.
He is super, so I'll take the super and I'll win. That feather in my hat, you know what I mean? Yeah, I get the super, you get the really, so that gives me the win already. Thank you.
Fantastic.
Listen, everyone who's tuned in, appreciate watching. Follow Matt, follow Dan the Hat, follow myself, Dan the Nightmare. Be happy to open our doors to you for our practices, even if you need a place to stay and you're out in the New York area.
Yeah.
Come out and crash.
Nice purple shades and purple sheets.
Yeah.
I do want to put myself and everyone else on the screen to shame, except for maybe Garrett might got you. I don't know. But a double bicep is in order.
Oh,
We
okay.
started
To
the
finish
street
it off.
with it.
All right, here we go.
Come on, Garrett. Let's see
Okay.
it.
Hold on.
You gotta take your sweatshirt off.
Okay.
Fucking 4%
Everything, I know.
4%
He was waiting the whole show to do that.
He did quick too.
I just happened to have a tank top on underneath.
Appreciate it, everybody. Looking forward to seeing everyone on Saturday. We will be definitely trying to catch some interviews, maybe at the tournament. I'm going to be handling the live stream. If you have any questions, feel free to pick this gentleman's brain. And I look forward to a great weekend.
Yeah, tune into the Mac. We're going to be live streaming the Challenger Series. If anybody that was during the day that is either at Steve's tournament, so you can watch me because I'm going to be in there. I got 3 matches, right? And just it's going to be a good time. So just tune in and yeah,
Bada bing, bada boom.
see you at the next one.
Buddy,
Garrett, take it easy, bro.
Yep. See you guys Saturday.
All right. Had fun.